Hi everyone. I'm going to explain my art class curriculum here. My name is Jinsi Limnish. I'm an international 3D artist. As you can see, this particular course curriculum is for kids from the age of 10 and above. We'll be concentrating on two things here. One is sketch and draw and the other is Madonari. Now, why I have chosen these two topics? Let's take sketch and draw at the beginning. You must have heard people, when we make a painting, you usually face it. When I make a painting, people come and tell me, you're a born talent. That's why you're being able to make amazing works, but that is not the point. You don't have to be born with artistic skills or artistic talents or be creative to make a proper drawing or a painting. What you need to understand is, like any other form of art, drawing is a proper discipline which requires learning skills and mastering the techniques. It needs a lot of practice. A proper structure will make you a master artist. That is basically how it works. That's why when I chose the curriculum for kids, I have taken from basic sketch and drawing and improving it to a different level. Now, if you really see, after this, my course curriculum, I didn't explain that before. The sketch and draw and Madonari art is going to be of a total 12 months. We'll be taking it alternately. That is, if you say 1 week, one day I'll be taking sketch and draw. On the next, in the same week, I'll be taking Madonari. Okay, that's how I'll be proceeding. And around 12 months, this should be completed. Now, let's come back to sketch and draw. As I already told you, we started from very basics and we are going to a master level. After we are done with it for 12 months, we'll be progressing to the second module, which is basically figure drawing or anatomy. Okay. Now, people ask me, how can kids learn anatomy? How can they learn the skeletal and the muscular system? Is it possible for them? They're very young for it, but that's not how it works. I'll tell you an example, take a mason and an architect. Both of them build houses, right? But a mason is always concerned about just finishing it work and making an output of a house. That's it. But when an architect is working, he is concerned and he's always worried about the structural stability. That's the main reason an architect ends up making buildings like Burj Khalifa and the mason is not able to do it. And why is it so? The main reason is the architect has achieved the skills from his engineering studies. He has worked over it. He has worked over his maths and his science, and he has brushed it and he has mastered it. He has practiced it. He knows the proper theories and techniques behind it. That is the main reason why I have taken even figure drawing in my modules. Now, what kind of an output am I expecting from my kids? I want them to be an inventor. I don't want them to end up being a copy artist. It's very easy for me to just give you 5 paintings or 10 paintings and make them do it again and again over the years. And tell them, okay, now you are masters, but that's not how it works. An inventor means he makes his own stuff. And an artist will never become an artist till he learns how to express himself. We get into all the mediums of art for expressing ourselves, right? So if a painter wants to express himself, wants to create an image, wants to create a person with emotions, and he wants to just show it out, then he has to be an inventor. He needs to know the proper tools and techniques on how to go about it. So that is the main reason this curriculum is framed in this particular manner. And second is Madonari art. When I'll get to it, I'll be explaining what Madonari art and why did I choose it, basically. A basic intro is basically, during this years, Madonari art is the most preferred medium worldwide. This has happened quite recently because, Madonari art is both a painting and a drawing medium. And once you master Madonari art, you're actually excelling in everything. You're excelling in your painting skills, you're excelling in your drawing skills. It gives unique insight about everything, how to create proper landscapes, how to get on making portraits. That is the main reason why I have chosen the Madonari pastel art as the second part of this curriculum. Now, first I'll go to sketch and draw again. Okay. Now, as you can see, this particular curriculum together, I've already explained it, is of 12 months. Now, when I get into sketch and draw, I'll be getting into the first basic stuff, like the first marks. I will introduce to the craft of drawing. I will explain all the tools and techniques. I'll tell you how the pencil should be holded and stuff like that, all those basic stuffs. And after that, we'll get into building up basic skills. Okay, there we will learn about values, about forms, about the basic shapes and their composition, about the elements of lighting, which is very important. We will also like learn how to, render shape realistic. If you see, after that, the point 6 is exercise and 7 is exam. So of course, after this, there will be an exercise. When I say exercise, I'll be giving you a task to complete. And when I say exam, I will be it's not about a very professional kind of exam, but still, we will just see how much the kids are able to do and how much they have understood from this particular modules. After that, we'll be getting into blocking technique, where we'll be studying about the different techniques like the standard, the vertical subject technique, the horizontal subject techniques, and so on it goes. Again, we'll be studying about the light and the value and the relative proportions, of course, the negative space. And again, there will be an exercise as well as an exam, which is again very important. It would be of the same pattern. After a particular course structure theory is done, we'll be going and understanding how much the kids have grasped over it, so that if we need more classes to just brush up the skills, we'll be going back to that. After that, of course, perspectives. This is one major element in a structural study of sketching and drawing. We'll be explaining perspectives. We'll be making it kind of simple so that kids understand it perfectly well, but we will concentrate on all the theoretical parts of it, but we'll make it interesting. So we'll be talking about the different terminology, so that when they explain this to anyone else, they are able to use proper terminologies in it. We'll be discussing about the cone of vision, different linear perspectives like 1 point, 2 point, and so on. And the techniques will also teach them how to do a perspective grid. We'll explain to them about the distortion and the peripheral vision, and so on. This goes on. After that, we'll be going into the elements of composition, which is again a major element if you really want to create an output, especially painting. In that, we will be discussing about the focal points, lights and shadows, reflections, the depth, the leading lines, cropping and framing. These are all detailed study about how to create your own work. And after that, when they are done with it, we'll be slowly progressing to landscapes in a very structured manner. We'll go about learning the different textures with different lines and with the strokes. We'll see landscape as value. We will build up our own image. And similarly, we'll be progressing to a deep understanding of drawing landscapes. Here again, after each, we'll be going for an exercise and an exam. Now, this is basically my first module. This will take around 12 months, as I already said, and kids who have really understood that will be getting into the second one, which is about figure drawing and portraits. It will be another 12 months course. Again, it will be going simultaneously with something else in Madhvanari art, where I will explain to you when we reach there. So in figure drawing, kids have to have a proper understanding. They should be able to say the terminologies. They should be able to draw by themselves. They should be used to making freehand drawings. It's not about using a scale and pencils and all the instruments and making. They should be even have the ability to make a live sketch freehand. So for that, first of all, I'll be explaining to them about the history of anatomy. Of course, starting from all the masters have become the masters just by learning anatomy. That was a major differentiation, like when you differentiate masters from normal artists, one is they have all studied anatomy very deeply. They have spent years to cover it. So after that, we'll be concentrating on the materials, lines, relationship, growth, and all the basic terminologies of anatomy. And after that, we'll progress to the skeletal system, have a basic understanding of it. We'll try to make it freehand. We will see how the front view is, how the back view is, how the side view is. We'll just have a basic understanding over it. Then we will proceed to the head. We'll also, one more point is there. In the skeletal system, we'll be seeing about the form and the movement, how the body changes, how the skeletal system changes when a person's movement changes. That is very important. Then we'll proceed to the head. Of course, we'll learn about the different proportions of the head, the neck and the face, the neck and the head, and the symmetries. After that, we will be even proceeding a bit to learning about the eyes, the different structures of eyes, the nose, the lips, the ears. Also, of course, hair, beards, and mustache. And after that, after we are done with this particular module, we'll be going again to an exercise and then an exam. After that, the second would come is arm and hand. Similarly, we'll be going in a structured pattern to learn about each and everything. We'll be covering everything from the fingernails to the hand grips. Then the next is about the leg and the foot. Again, we are concentrating about everything, even the light and shadow. if you want to be a proper artist, you need to know about each and every minute details. But when I teach this to kids, it would be done in a very interesting format so that they understand it properly well, and it remains in their mind. They will start becoming inventors of it. So leg and foot, again, we'll be concentrating everything from the foot, the knee joints, the calf, the muscles of the foot, the different proportions, all the structure relating to it. After that, we'll be coming back to the torso. We will just look at it together. And then at the end, we'll be going to the whole figure. And when kids have reached this level, for sure, they will be able to create their own figures in any motion, any movement, any gestures that they feel comfortable with. They can make any poses of the figure. They can make any action movements of this figure. So when you're done with the figure, then you're worried about the clothing part of it, the drapery part of it. That's when we get into the drapery. We'll be seeing about the different folds and materials. If you see different materials, holds on your skin on different ways. So where do you have those dark shades? Where do you have these light shades? All those we will be learning. And there is a structure that the folds remain on your body, So we'll be concentrating on the direction of the folds, how it stays on the floor and the edges, all about that. So that, a kid has a complete understanding about anatomy with dresses and different folds. So this is basically the structure for my sketch and draw module 1 and module 2. Both of the modules will take around 2 years to complete. Now I'll get to the Madhunari art. Again, as I already told you, this is the most preferred medium. It's a bit tough to master, but once you master it, you can master anything else. Then nothing is difficult for you. That is a major interesting part about Madhunari art. So first, I'll be getting into an introduction of Madhunari art. I'll tell them about, again, the tools and materials, the different color theories, the different color basics, different pastel techniques, and all the techniques related to that. Then we will build up their skills slowly. We'll concentrate on each and every minute area, like color mixing, how to blend large areas, how to blend small areas, how we use line strokes. We'll go on with it. And at the end, we will even learn how to make corrections and how to compare methods. For sure, there will be an exam. There won't be an exercise necessary for this, basically, because, after all the areas, there will be an exercise given. So it's not necessary to have a total exercise after it. So there will just be an exam after this. And then they will be getting into the basics of picture making. They will be planning their composition, what they want to make. They will create a depth. They will learn how to express their moods. They will learn how to apply the light and values properly, how to maintain a strong value structure, and to strengthen their painting using values and also using colors. Again, there will be an exam after this. And then they will be going into a proper elements that make up a painting. And when I say this, why I have chosen this is basically, okay, 1 second. I'll be going to the picture making also. There I'll be choosing a subject. I'll keep the composition moving, working from life, and use visual references for it. Then I'll be concentrating on all the elements that make up a painting. Why basically we have gone to this is basically each and every structure matters. Trees. It's not just about making a single tree with this angle and just the branches. No, it doesn't work like that. Trees is a major area for study. You have to see trees, and the first techniques we have learned, we'll be applying it here and trying out and making different plant structures. Mountains, water, sky, flowers, still life structures, human figures, of course, animals, portrait faces, vehicles, combination. We'll be seeing through all these things, and in the combination, we'll be using multiple of this in a scenario view. We'll be giving these topics to kids, and by this time, they will be able to do it very well. Again, we'll come back to painting from photograph. When you take a photograph and you want to make a painting out of it, it's not just about just taking a photograph and drawing it the same way, because in the light and shades would be different. There will be many inconsistencies in the photograph. Sometimes there will be some light reflections or, which you don't like or which you don't want to use. So we will tell them, or we will teach them how to make amazing paintings from the photograph that they already have, and also how to merge different photographs and create their own work out of it. That is a major area we'll be looking at here. And after that, of course, there will be an exam, and then we get into the major area of mastering the skills. It's not just enough that you are a good Madhunari artist. You need to know everything related to pastels. You need to know how to make your own papers also. So where you learn how to care for your pastels, you learn how to set up your studio with your kit, You learn about a very major area, that is the toxicity of pastel chalks. You need to know like which colors or like, which ingredients are harmful for you, which ingredients you need to avoid, how you, if by chance you want a in painting with that particular ingredients, how you have to go about with it, what all safety measures you have to take. Of course, we'll be going through it. We'll also learn how to make our homemade chalks. That is, we'll make our own pastels as well as a textured papers. We'll go for a demonstration of it. We'll practice it very well. And of course, there will be an exercise as well as an exam. So this would be my first part of module 1, which is of 12 months. And after that, we'll be progressing to module 2, where we will be even progressing to paper as well as canvas works. And this is majorly workshops, because you have learned all the skills in module 1 and you're going to master it. You are like becoming a master Madonari artist. Now, for that, you will be giving, like scenarios, scenes on which kids have to work, on which kids have to study, like painting from life, a demonstration, painting a figure from life, still life, landscape, objects in motion, and having a good understanding about color study, using it as a reference for your work, mixing mediums, and like what chalks you need to carry where, how to make that type of work. And of course, when you're done with your work, you need to know how to protect it. So we'll be looking at how to protect it. And a major area, if you want to become an international artist, is you need to understand the copyright laws. Without that, you may get into trouble. So I will also explain to you about the different international copyright laws that exist for artists, which they have to take in care in mind. And then we'll get into an exam. Now, the module 3 is the super mastery level, I can say. It's the toughest. Basically, it's what we do. You have to work on your floor and your walls and make large scale works. And of course, this is the workshops. It will be in a workshop model. We'll be getting to everything about Madonari art. After this, you are like totally done with Madonari art. You'll start from the history of Madonari art. You will learn the surface and how chalk works on different surfaces. It's we are getting out of your paper and your canvas model. You're believing that your paper and your canvas is never your limit. You need large surfaces to work, and you're going to work out on different methods. You'll be using the powder form, the liquid form, as well as a solid form of pastels, how to work and mix and match it. You'll be learning that. You'll be going into the classical works and trying to imitate that, like learn how to make this classical works with that finish. This is a very, very, very detailed area. And after that, of course, you'll be going for the exercise and the exam. I hope you enjoy my curriculum and you'll surely join it. Thank you.